My boy, you have been programmed to be a good little soldier. You were taught by your mother, your father, your friends, your school teachers, the TV, the internet, society. All of them wanted you to listen. You were made to believe that women are so delicate that they need to be protected, that when she says no, she really means yes, that if you treat a woman bad, she will treat you worse, that being a gentleman is being weak. All of these beliefs exist to keep you in check. You are also raised to be an appeaser. Why? Because we were taught that if we upset others, then we risk never fitting in. We would rather suffer in silence than cause any discomfort to those around us. We grow up with this innate urge to avoid conflict. In doing so, we allow our pain to fester inside us and grow into resentment. But now is the time for you to take off the shackles. Now is the time for you to snap out of it. Because men who master this do not become cold, they become ungovernable. They can love fully without the fear of losing something that was never theirs to begin with. They stop competing with ghosts. And perhaps most importantly, they stop giving away their peace to events that existed long before they arrived. So what is this power? Well, it's this right here. It's the ability to let go. Let me explain. There is nothing more attractive to women than a man who does give a damn about his ex. When you are able to detach from your ex, to understand that she is just another person with flaws and imperfections, you have already won half the battle. The reality is that she has already moved on, or at least she will soon. She's probably even dating other men at this moment. Even if that's not the case, even if she pines for you day and night, the longer you hold on to this attachment, the more you torture yourself. There was once a great ruler who asked his teacher, "I have lost my wife. How can I stop thinking of her?" The teacher replied, "Stop thinking of her as your loss. Instead, think of her as she is. She is merely one of the people you have met. She is but a fleeting memory. You see, memories are the only things we truly possess that we can never lose. Everything else is rented. Your house is rented. Your car is rented. Your job is rented. Your girlfriend is rented. Nothing is ever truly yours. Not until you decide to remove all the weight from your shoulders and breathe. Only then are you free to start thinking of her as what she really is, just a person." Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between a man and a woman? It's simple. A woman seeks to maintain a sense of self by collecting things, material possessions, status symbols, accomplishments. These are the things that make her feel good about herself. A man, on the other hand, does not need these things. He already knows who he is. Do you understand what this means? It means that men have the ability to detach from the outcome, to accept whatever comes their way without resistance. Men can detach from the outcome because their identity is not tied to it. They know who they are regardless of whether they win or lose. Women, on the other hand, cannot detach from the outcome because their identity is tied to it. Their value is measured by their wins and losses. That's why women can get so upset when they don't get their way. They feel like they're losing a part of themselves. This is the mindset that will either make you a nobody or a legend. Listen carefully. One of the most disgusting things about humanity is how we often find ourselves envying the very people who despise us. We hate her guts, yet we want her back. We desire the one who doesn't care about us. There's this twisted logic that makes us think that if we had her, then our lives would be complete. But this is nothing but a delusion. Think about the kind of woman who breaks up with you. She is likely the same type of woman who would break up with another man in a heartbeat, if it meant getting a better deal. She is not loyal, she is not loving. She is a hunter who is always looking for something better. And the worst part is that these are the types of women that we chase after. Why? Because we have been programmed to believe that they are the standard. We think that if we can win her over, then we must be good enough. But the truth is that there are plenty of other fish in the sea. Why settle for one that isn't even interested in you? Listen closely, my son. When a woman rejects you, don't try to convince yourself that it's for the best. Don't try to tell yourself that you're better off without her. In reality, you're hurting, and the more you try to deny it, the deeper the wound becomes. The correct approach is to acknowledge your pain and then let her go. Once you've done that, you'll be amazed at how quickly everything changes. You see, when you're in pain, you tend to make decisions based on that pain. You might stay in a job that you hate because you're afraid of being broke. Or you might stay in a relationship that's making you miserable because you're afraid of being alone. But when you learn to detach from your pain, to let go of the outcome, then you're free to make decisions based on what you really want. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to attract the things that you really want. Now, you might be thinking, that's easy for you to say. You don't know what it's like to be in my shoes. And to that I say, you are absolutely right. I don't know what it's like to be you. I can't possibly understand what you're going through. But what I do know is that the only way to stop feeling this pain is to stop giving it attention. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will be difficult. But trust me, it will be worth it. Because once you get to the other side, you will realize that the pain was never real. It was just your ego trying to protect itself. Understand this, my son. When you stop giving in to your ego, when you stop seeking external validation, then you become free, you become ungovernable. And this is where the real power lies. It's in the ability to detach from the outcome, to let go of the pain and focus on what truly matters. That is where true strength lies. That is where true power lies. But listen, I am not naive. I know that you can't just snap your fingers and detach from everything. It takes time. It takes effort. But if you really want to be a man who attracts beautiful women, then you must learn how to detach. You must learn how to let go. This is the only way to become a man who is not ruled by his emotions, a man who is in control of himself and his destiny. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what if she comes back? Then what? And that is a fair question. The truth is that if she comes back, then you must be prepared to let her go again. This is the only way to ensure that you never waste your time on someone who is not truly invested in you. If you are serious about improving, then I want you to say a big thank you to the author for helping you become a better man. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.